Welcome everyone, friends of First of All Species. I'm Daisy Heino. We're back with an episode of Winds of Change. Now last time, we entered Peregrino. We gave the bar to the Revolution, because technically they're the owners, and, like, they made that shit, and they're paying for it, so. But, now we have the decision between Morty and between Valessa. Like I've said, in real life situations, I wouldn't have even, like, paused. I know my answer to this question. But I want to explain a little bit before y'all go like, well, why did you choose? This is why. 1, I'm not doing what I would personally like. Because if I personally would, like, if I was thinking with my best interest, I would make a totally different suggestion here. Just so y'all know. Because I personally, I like Morty more. I like Morty. I like, his ideals of unity rather than, isolation. I understand, like, they're both great candidates, and I really don't want to be choosing because, you know, I believe that Valinor would win either way. But, unfortunately, it's telling me to make a choice. So, personally speaking, if this was just me looking out for my best interests, I would make Valessa the elder, so me and Morty could be scribe and, seer. But, I don't know. Honestly, I know that this is technically a really, really big decision, but I'm just gonna rip this band-aid off. I'm gonna choose Morty. I chose Morty. He was right. We needed... Wait, hold on. Strength or... Okay. We needed unity and strength in the future. Teaming up with the other nations wasn't sacrificing our identity at all. Valessa was wrong. It was simply turning a new page on our books. Time moves forward and things changes. Valinor was isolated long enough. Perhaps it's that isolation that led to our downfall. We lack strength. Under Morty's lead, and with my blessing, we'd find that strength.
Wow. Really? This is like a dream come true. I can't believe this is actually happening.
Now let me sleep, motherfuckers!
Yeah, that's a fact. Fortum in charge of our nation. You realize what that means, don't you?
Well, guess what? We can't always get what we want. Trust me, I don't want to be around you. You are such a stick in the mud!
Yeah, it means we're finally a team. I won't just be tagging along anymore. The 3 of us are Valinor now. We can travel the world together, creating alliances. After we save Alestia, we can reconnect with the spirits too. We'll have a huge network of allies, ready to take on any challenge. I'm going to change history. This is insane. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say.
Aw, I love Morty.
I have a few things to say, but I think I need to get some sleep.
She stands up and walks towards the door. But before she leaves, she turns back to face me. It appears that she's hesitant, unsure if she should speak.
I'm upset. I can't deny that fact. But this won't change the way I treat either of you. I'm still your scribe, and I'm still Fortum's friend.
I can respect that. Thank you very much. Honestly, that was my biggest worry. She seemed like the kind to hold a grudge. Which actually was also part of my factor. Because I don't need that shit.
I'll get over this. I've gotten over much worse. I can still help Valinor in my own way, right? In the end, maybe this is for the best.
Trust me, this shit was nothing personal. You would have made great too. Honestly, whenever my Let's Play is over, I'm probably gonna go back and, like, do the opposite choices. Just to see what, you know, what would change. It'll probably just be on my own, though. She walks out without displaying much emotion at all. Was she hurt? I made the choice I thought was the most fitting. I guess I'd never know. I'll take her word for it. Things will be fine. This decision could never please both people, and I had to do it. Exactly. That's the you can never please everyone. Just get that out of your head every time you're making a decision. You can never please everyone. Whatever ramifications came of this would be impossible to avoid. I turned back to Morty, who looked extremely excited and deep in thought.
When we get to Mazeo, I'll be Valenorth's envoy. Meeting Dominic will be completely different. It'll be diplomatic in nature. We can discuss how to better utilize the bond between our nations.
Okay, that's sweet, honey, but I want to go to sleep. It's a good sign that he's already thinking about such things. This wasn't a light decision, and he'd have a lot of responsibilities. It changed the way he'd approach our entire journey from here on out.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be thinking out loud. Wouldn't be a good idea to give away my strategies.
Yep. He winks at me and starts walking towards the door. But like Valessa did a moment earlier, he hesitates. Did he have something important to say before he left?
Hey, I was actually wanting to ask, do you think I could stay in your room tonight? All this talk about attacks and stuff.
Yes.
It has me scared.
Yes. Hell yeah!
I mean, I feel a little safer with friends nearby. I can sleep on the floor if you don't want me to bother you. You won't even know I'm here. I can promise you that. What?
Sleep with me! Woo!
Yes. Thanks! I didn't want to ask in case you weren't comfortable, but I can't turn down the comfort of a warm bed.
To be honest, though, anytime with me and my friends, I sleep in the bed. I don't give a shit. I guess it comes with being ace. He waits for me to get in the bed before he hops in. There's more than enough space for both of us to be comfortable. Before closing his eyes, though, he turns to me and speaks softly.
Thanks, Cirrus.
Aww. It isn't much longer before we fall asleep. But much to my dismay, I'd get no rest that night. Shit! For the Fates had something else in store. Shit! What's going on? Oh, I see. Before I can even comprehend what happened, I'm whisked away from Peregrina. What? This isn't a vision. Those don't happen so fast after falling asleep. This is different. I rub my eyes and try to take in more of my surroundings. Where am I? Oh, shit! It's so dark with architecture unlike anything I'd ever seen. There's nobody here. I'm all by myself. Except for that. At the other end of the room, it pulsates and glows. As I look at it, I feel something burn deep inside of me. Not in a bad way, no. This is more like a burning desire. It's calling out for me. It wants me to get closer. Click the idol to walk toward it. Okay, Mom, I'm scared. Come pick me up. Okay. I take one step forward, keeping my eye on the mysterious object. You must ponder the orb. As soon as my foot lands on the ground, pain courses through my body. I'm brought to my knees. It's almost like it's slowly draining my energy. When it subsides, I stand back up, but the desire hasn't got away. I need to get closer. I need to know exactly what that thing is. My burning curiosity trumps any care for my own well-being. Even though I object to such a mindset, I keep moving forward. It's almost like my body is moving on its own without my input. I take another step, and the pain returns to my body, but this time it's worse. I'm brought to my knees. I can't seem to get back up. It's tearing me apart. I pant heavily, unable to move as it continues to harm my spirit. You fucked up.
Stop.
I haven't had a never scared moment in a while. God. Fine, whatever. I immediately fall to the ground as I hear the voice from behind me. But it's not a bad thing, as I gain full control over my body. Whatever was controlling me, they had to put a stop to it. I turn around and take steps towards them gratefully. I could tell the further away from that object I was, the better. But when I reach this mysterious person, I'm not prepared for what I see.
It's almost instinctual now. Interesting. Sorry for not being here right away. I didn't know you'd come so fast. That means things have slowed down on your end. I see.
Big what? The triumvirate, I could tell right away. Or at least one of them, since I only see one cloak before me. I start to panic and reach for the Blade of Exodus.
No.
They wave their hand forward and I can no longer move. Letting out a chuckle, they walk toward me.
Even now, corruption grows within you. It can flow from the most noble of actions. But is that corruption what you truly want?
What?
There is no way to discern the consequences of your actions. You act instinctively, much like before. You do what you think is right. But what is right, and what is pure, well, those are two different things.
Okay, so it's saying that, like, choosing the right answer is bad? They strike a pose as if they're lost in thought.
You know who I am, or at least, what I belong to. I speak not for the triumvirate, but of my own accord. Not that this would go against the wishes of my subordinates.
Your subordinates? So you're above them? Subordinates? Does that mean I'm the president of the triumvirate's leader?
That power within you is a truly wonderful thing. So much strength, gifted to you by the realm of spirits. But you have to ask yourself, is it truly a gift? Do you act in Alestia's best interests, or in the spirits? Until now, everyone in Valinor assumed the two aligned. But things are changing. They're starting to make a push.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to do what's best for Alessia. I'm supposed to do what's best for the spirits, and I'm assuming, oops, that's what they... What? I strain myself trying to move, but to no avail. Whatever they've done, they've taken control of my body.
What purpose is your journey if it ends in complete corruption? Keep that in mind as you stride forward, and make those tough choices. Many of them breed corruption. The pursuit of strength, for example. Before you go, I did call you here for one purpose.
They motion to the idol in the back of the room before waving their arm. As the ability to move returns to my body, I stumble, failing to balance myself. How is it possible to do this? Can they manipulate spiritual energy without the blade? I regain my balance and immediately turn to look at the idol.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's never been a more pure form of corruption. You seek to dethrone us. Isn't that your goal? In that case, remember one thing.
They tilt their head, and though I can't see their face, I am sure they're smiling. With a final wave of their hand, I collapse to the ground and my vision fades away.
The only thing that can destroy pure corruption is purity itself, embodied.
So, you're telling me I already lost because, like, I'm 10% corrupt from the loading screen, so So I've already lost the game, is what they're saying. So, well, fuck. I hear their words, but I seem to exist in a void of nothingness. I don't understand what just happened. I'm only left with a multitude of questions. My actions can influence the purity or corruption of the power inside me. That doesn't make any sense, but then again, maybe that's what they wanted. They'd want to confuse me and to try to push me down a different path. Of course, they'd want to scare me away from decisions that would harm their reign. Or would they? Honestly, since basically the game is alluding that I'm already lost, fuck it. I'm just gonna go with my first instinct every time. Fuck it. Almost immediately, I find myself back in Peregrino. I got no sleep. And thanks to what just happened, I doubt I would on any other night. The lingering fright that this made happen again was almost crippling. The sun shines through the window, illuminating the room. I can see how covered in dust everything is. Overnight patrons must be rare. The sun shines through the window, illuminating the room. I can see how covered in dust everything is. Overnight patrons must be rare. As I scan the room, I notice an entire section is dust-free. Morty is cleaning.
Oh, hey! Good morning, Cirrus. I saw all this dust and couldn't help myself. Sure, it lost me a few hours of sleep, but I don't care.
Aw.
How about you? How did you sleep?
I didn't sleep great.
Oh, well, I don't blame you. The beds at home are a lot more comfortable. I heard Ulrich talking outside. We're skipping breakfast. When we're all ready, we're heading to Mazeo. I think you can tell what I'm planning, right? We'll finally be able to share some
Hell
apples.
yeah. I actually really like apples. He smiles and his ears perk up. Skipping breakfast didn't sound at all too appealing. But I'm sure Mazeo has no shortage of cuisine. I never eat breakfast, so it's cool. Someone knocks on the door to the room a few times. After hearing no objections, they slowly enter the room. It's Valessa, and she lets out a loud yawn before speaking.
Oh, hey, Fortune. I was gonna look for you too. Glad to know I didn't end up wasting time.
Hell yeah.
Morning, Valessa. Sleep well?
I suppose so, all things considered. There's a whole host of questions I want to ask. As soon as we meet Dominic, I expect to get answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hopefully, as the Elder, I can get him to talk. It's a bit different when it's a political ally asking.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess. Maybe I'll give you my list or something.
Aww.
Then it'll be a matter of Mazeo-Valenworth relations.
Not a bad idea, actually. Either way, I expect to know a lot more in a few days. I can't wait to meet Dominic and the rest of the Rebel Alliance.
So, are you ready to go? Ulrich and Pro are waiting out front. I guess the outlook is pretty close to Peregrino.
Okay.
I'm good. Unless there's something else we need to do.
They both look at me. I guess it's my choice. It might be a good chance to get some private time with my friends. But Ulrich and Pro could get impatient if we waste time chatting in Peregrino. Either way, I know one thing is for certain. I shouldn't tell them what happened. The triumvirate taking me to their chambers, and personally, would they even believe me? I should let it process for a bit longer and see if it happens again before telling anybody. I pause, and they await my next move. Huh? Over the course of the game, you will make important decisions. These will increase a background stat known as Purity and Corruption. You can monitor these stats on the save screen. Your Purity and Corruption levels represent how you carry yourself in the world. Important decisions will also test your values as leader. Your alignment will affect both story and dialogue. You can click on the Purity Corruption icons in the game for more information. This party banter affected your choice to keep Peregrino as a tavern. You could choose to keep Peregrino a tavern as a tavern. Okay. Oh, heart-to-heart conversation. When marked with a heart, talking to a comrade is a special scene. You can only play these scenes once, and your decision is final. They are scattered through the game and must be done in order. These scenes are key to solidifying friendship and pursuing romance. Doing a character's heart-to-heart will eventually unlock a loyalty quest. The personal stories of each comrade are just as important as the main quest. Okay, so I guess heart-to-heart with Morty, because we kind of slept together. Access yeah, I guess. It looks like something's bothering Morty. I approached him and decided to ask what's on his mind. He seems a little startled, like he was indeed lost in thought.
Oh, hey there, Cirrus. What's wrong? Nothing, really. I'm just thinking about, well, everything. This will be the last time we see Peregrino. When and if we come back, it'll be a barracks. I know that's what I wanted, but I had fun here. I'm just thinking about the future a lot. I gotta figure out how to make you proud. As Elder, I mean. Just give me some time to figure stuff out. Then I'll shine. It's not like I can fully adapt to being our leader in one night.
He gives me a nervous laugh before shuffling awkwardly. There's something else on his mind, I can tell. But it's not my place to pry, so I wait for him to speak.
Thanks for letting me sleep here with you, by the way. It helped me process things in my head a little bit more. If it weren't for that, I would have been too scared to think.
No problem, man.
Like, what if they attacked in the middle of the night? We all know they'd have to pass by Peregrino first. I was honestly scared we might die here last night. So yeah, thanks a million. But there's one more thing I want to say.
Oh?
Last night, I had a really bad dream. We were making our way down toward Mazeo, but we weren't with Pro and Ulrich.
Oh.
It was our parents. I kept telling them not to go. I knew they wouldn't come back.
Aw. He clenched his fist and trembled slightly.
But they didn't listen. They just kept going. I ran until my legs could barely move, and then I ran even more. It actually felt like I could save them. If I only tried. Eventually, we made it to the gates of Mazeo. Or at least I think they were. I've never actually been there. But this is the worst part. They finally turned to face us. And that's when I realized something shocking. I don't remember what my parents looked like, Cirrus. Their faces were a blur, almost like they were nobody.
Aw, sweetheart. Oh my god.
They started to speak, but I didn't recognize their voices. Has it been so long that I'm forgetting my own parents? I tried so hard to picture them when I woke up. I couldn't.
Aw, sweetheart.
When they died, everyone told me they weren't really gone. That they'd live on forever, inside of my memory. But even that's fading, Cirrus. What happens next? Back at the Grand Tree, I said I wanted vengeance. I wanted to take down the triumvirate to avenge our parents. But this dream was kind of like a wake-up call, you know? Why should I fight for something that doesn't exist? And better yet, something I can't even picture in my head. There are so many reasons to fight, all of them less selfish. So, I think I want to fight for you. I want to make sure that you're safe and you survive this. When it comes to you, the entirety of Alestia is at stake.
I made up my mind. We're banging the rabbit. He continues to tremble, and I can tell he's fighting back tears. It's almost like this dream is helping him move on from his parents. He's becoming more grounded in reality, in the here and now. Hug him! I take a few steps forward and wrap my arms around him. He gasps in surprise, and I notice his trembling come to a halt. A few moments later, I can feel his arms return the hug, squeezing tight.
I just miss them so much.
I know. Ah! I am so emotional. He sniffles softly, like he's overcome with imminent tears.
At the end of the dream, when they turned back, I ran toward them and tried to hug them one more time. But I didn't feel anything when I did.
Oh god, I hate being so... Suichi was right, Americans are emotional.
But right now, I'm definitely feeling something. And I know this won't end. I know you're not going anywhere.
Ah! I love this rabbit. He hugs me tighter and I do so as well.
This is what I need to fight for. The things that are right in front of me. The things that matter. And the things I cherish.
Is Valessa still standing there? I nod and let our embrace continue. It seems to last forever, but I don't mind. I'd let it last as long as it needs to, for Morty. Aww. Valessa is walking from one end of the room to the other. She looks annoyed. It could be any number of things, but I decide to talk to her and figure things out. As soon as I approach her, she stops in her tracks and lets out an exasperated sigh.
I can't believe Fortum is in charge now. No offense. My vision for the future of Valenworth was just so clear. But now, everything is changing. It's not home anymore.
Home is what you make of it, man.
That is, if we can even find a way to save it. You know, reconnecting with the spirits or whatever. I'm starting to think that's quite the tall order.
Oh, so now that he's in charge, you think that it's impossible. Okay.
I'm not saying it'd be any simpler if you chose it.
Yeah.
It's just... Never mind. I actually don't know what I'm saying. Whatever comes to mind seems to be coming out of my mouth.
Alright.
Sorry for rambling on. It's just a lot to take in. But being able to talk about it definitely helps. Thanks, Cirrus. At the end of the day, being able to confide in you is great.
Anytime. Find a strength. This is something I would say on, like, every day. But I suppose I could say this, too, because, like, yeah... anything we do, we can handle together. She blushes and rubs the back of her head with a hand. Shuffling awkwardly in place, I can tell she's flattered.
That's good to hear, Cirrus. Nobody should go through this stuff alone. It's a lot better feeling like I'm part of a team.
Oh yeah. She seems to disregard my advance, so I decide to back off. Wait, that was an advance? Perhaps the timing was imperfect. I could always try again later. No.
Let's not get too far off track, alright?
Oh yeah, I forgot to check the icons. Oh no, I keep forgetting that the icons next to what they're saying, like, has... Okay, that's my bad. It's hard to get a read on her expression, but she shuffles about some more. I thought I was just being really supportive. More supportive than I normally am. Fine, whatever. Taking a few steps away from me, she rests her back against the wall. I step closer towards her, inching ourselves away from Morty.
What am I going to do? From this point forward, your visions are very important. I doubt that the one you had about Valenworth will be the last. Especially now that this blade is involved in everything.
Yep.
We need to make an important decision here. Do we involve the rest of Alestia with this stuff? Or do we keep the visions to ourselves, like always?
I can vote for keeping it to ourselves.
If we start to serve them with our visions, they'll be dependent. After this war is over, they could expect us to keep helping out. Or even worse, people with ill intent could force us to help. Should we keep our roles as secret as possible? Or should we openly tell everybody who we are? This is the first time Cirrus has left Valinor. We're making history. But what kind of history do we make?
Okay. See, now I'm gonna make sure. There's no reason to hide our identities. You're right. We should tell. Yeah, let's just tell our closest allies.
Let's keep it contained to the rebellion. Other than that, only if it concerns our cause. Better than putting targets in our heads, right?
Yeah, like, I don't trust, because they were saying straight up that Mazeo is a shit place to be, so why would I trust them?
If everybody saw the potential to cheat the future, I can't even imagine what lengths they'd go to use you, Cirrus. We can't offer your gift to everybody. It doesn't work that way. If we helped as many as we could, we'd leave some out. Trying to help everybody? No, we'd just be picking and choosing. That's the best way to harbor spite, or in some cases, a desire for revenge. Thanks for giving me your advice, Cirrus. It's good to have some direction. I was feeling lost. I'm glad to know we can keep working together like this.
Oh yeah? Just don't no. Of course, the circumstances. Do not say this. I'm even not looking at the icon. Do not say, you know, we could do more than just work together. No, no. Oh yeah.
I'm glad we can rise to the challenge. That's good. Something tells me there'll be more challenges to come. But as long as we band together and talk it out, we can do this.
With a wide smile, I can sense a newfound determination within her. Something is there. Something that wasn't there the moment we began talking.
Let's get things moving, alright? Like I said, I have a better sense of direction now. Or at the very least, my mind is more clear. That's all I needed.
Letting out a loud sigh, she starts to walk away. I'm glad I decided to reach out to her like this. A clouded mind could affect her performance. If we wanted to win this, everyone would need to be resolute. I shouldn't miss any opportunity to bond with my friends and comrades. Their survival and future would directly relate to their morale. Okay, I guess it's time to go then. Okay, so that one conversation between them was directed by corruption, I guess. So here, let's view parallel chronicle Domic 5. Domic ventured back underground from the Church of Mazeo. After a lengthy journey through the tunnels, he was home. The deed was secured, and they had everything they needed.
Why did the Honor Guard do all of this? They single-handedly sheltered and armed our forces.
One of the rebels noticed Domic's sudden entrance. He quickly stands up and greets the general with a smile.
Damek, sir. Everything is going according to plan. Our forces have started to relocate.
Huh.
Perfect timing, Vance. I just received the deed from Grizz. It took some convincing, but I did it.
These two look like they could be brothers.
Wait, you didn't already have the deed? Why were we moving everybody down here?
Oops, you didn't hear
Aw,
anything,
he's cute with
right?
blush.
Besides, I knew I could win him over. This was just a bit of a head start. And cut the formalities, call me Dormek. We've been through enough. This isn't about rank. I think of us all as a family, not an army.
Of course, Damek. I'm amazed at our new HQ, to be honest. How did you secure all of this stuff?
It wasn't me, Vance. The Honor Guard was planning a long stay. They're responsible for everything you see.
You mean those things? Why would they build stuff they have no use for? They can't really fight, and they have no need for sleep.
Domic smirked and grabbed a blade from the nearby shelf.
They must have known someone would use it. Either way, the triumvirate doesn't know about this. Their own Honor Guard is defying orders, it would seem.
Vance followed Domic's lead and grabbed a blade as well.
So there's discord among them? Never thought we'd live to see that.
Yeah, but it also proves the triumvirate isn't all-knowing. There's no way they'd let this happen if they were. They're just like us. We can take them down.
Okay, because you said that. He flourishes his blade and holds it out.
That is... if we're strong enough.
It's a spar you want?
Vance smirks and mimics the flourish of his general. A few of the nearby rebels stop in their tracks to watch.
Just need to make sure you haven't gotten sloppy. As soon as the triumvirate finds out, a fight is coming.
Don't worry, Damek. I'm ready.
They charge at each other and their swords clash. The loud clangs of steel against steel fills their HQ. The audience grows in size, their morale rises in tandem. Well, that's nice. Okay, so... oh, oops. I guess we're going here, right? There's a star or the... wait. What? Peregrino. What's this? You elected Fordham as the Elder of Valinor. You chose to play along with Damek and oh, so I get it. These are, what changed. These are my corruption points and, like, what caused them. Okay, so... acting in the best interest of everyone apparently is a fuck you. So this is the one it wants me to go to. After a trek that was longer than expected, we finally reached the Outlook. There was a long uphill walk, so my legs were strained and tired. That, along with my lack of sleep, was an unfortunate combination.
Well, here we are. Samira told me you've never been. Take a look down there. What do you think?
He let out a soft laugh like he's anticipating our reaction. After a few more steps, we reach the high ground and everything comes into view. The scope of our world and just how small Valinor really was finally dawned upon me.
Whoa.
That's amazing!
They stop to catch their breath as they run up the hill with excitement. We can see the entirety of Mazeo, and it looks so tiny from up here. But I know it's much larger than Valinor, so it's hard to comprehend.
That's Mazeo?
Yeah, we can probably reach it in a few more hours. But take a while to enjoy the view. It's really something else. And it's not like we'll be coming back here anytime soon.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Pro takes a few steps forward, writing in some kind of journal. He watches Ulrich, not even needing to stare at the papers as he wrote.
And so, Ulrich stood at the entrance of the world, enthralled by its beauty. It would seem that his dreams for the future were no less grand than the sight before him. With comrades in tow, they took in the sight together, an unspoken bond slowly forming.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator.
The bond won't last much longer if you keep that up.
Ha!
Yikes. It's not like this is my job or anything. You know I'm trying to record all the important moments.
You must be grasping at straws if you're writing about me, then. Focus on the CRS or something. This is the start of her journey.
Oh, whatever. You're awesome, Ulrich.
Or maybe you could focus on this.
Huh?
We all turn to Fordham, who's holding out his hands. Inside the cup he's formed with them rests a single crimson leaf. A breeze flows through the area, sending a chill through all of us. Immediately, we turn towards Valinor in awe of what we see. The blood leaves are falling, making their journey through the sky. Aw, that's pretty. Carried by the chilling wind, they find their way down to the mainland.
Wow.
This shouldn't be happening, right? The blood leaves don't fall at this time of year.
He's right, everyone. Normally it's too warm for them to wilt and fall. I know what this means. Valinor is starting to die.
Yep.
You mean because of the dim spirit idol?
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen so fast. I need to hurry. If we don't do something, our home will...
Yorick steps forward and rests a hand on Valesa's shoulder.
Don't worry. We'll figure out a way to save your village. We are saving Alestia, and that includes Valinor.
She nods, and we turn back to stare down at the mainland. For a moment, the falling of the blood leaves was a more beautiful sight. But this was a blessing, or perhaps a portent of bad things to come. Crow remains silent, but continues writing in his notebook. Wait, surely this would give him enough material to keep busy for a while. I look at Valessa and Morty, and they give me nervous smiles.
Are you ready, Cirrus? I guess this is where things truly begin.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, let's do this, man.
As a team, we can do this. I'm stronger for having you by my side.
Hell yeah. Yorick takes a few steps back, letting us have our moment. He knew how important this was to the three of us. It was perhaps the biggest moment of our lives.
So, this is it, huh?
She lets go of the blood leaf she held in her hand. The gust of wind behind us helps them sail down to Mazeo.
Now, it's our turn.
Yep. I noticed Morty wipe his eyes with his forearm. Was he crying? It's probably best not to point it out, as I don't want to embarrass him. He clenches his fist and looks to the sky with closed eyes.
I wish you could be here with
Aww.
us. Don't worry, Mom and Dad. I'll make you proud.
Aww. He turns to us and smiles. Yolric can tell the moment is over. Without saying anything, he starts walking down the outlook. From when I could see, a trail takes us all the way to Mazeo. This is it. This was the moment our journey began.
As a group, we headed down to Mazeo, with our resolve peaked.
Oh,
In
hey!
that moment, it seemed like our goal was both clear and within our grasp. However, Mazeo would soon prove how wrong and naive we truly were.
That does not bode well. Oh, hey, cool. The triumvirate gathered in their chambers near the glowing idol. With a faint smile on their face, they gazed deep into its corruption. As nobody else was in sight, they had no need to keep up appearances.
It appears that things have finally begun. Did you have your audience with the Cirrus, Master? Yes, indeed. It went just as planned. Doubt is a very powerful weapon. When wielded properly, you are right. Thankfully, we have lots of practice.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps too much?
Whoa!
Or at the very least, not enough. But we've waited longer in the past.
One of the triumvirate lowers their hood. Ooh, face! Taking in a deep breath, they sigh in relief. Face? Ah!
So, you think this is the end?
The other triumvirate follow in turn, lowering his hood. However, their master chooses not to do the same.
I suppose that rests with the Cirrus. Let us watch and see what unfolds.
I'm trying to get a look at these silhouettes, but the thing is, they look like wolves, and every single person except Morty seems to be a wolf, so it doesn't really help. Yep, let's go. Oh, hey, dope. As we take our first steps away from Valinor, I make note of my surroundings. Not much has changed, yet in my heart I can feel an indescribable difference. Crimson leaves litter the ground, remnants of the earlier spectacle.
Wow, they look pretty cool, huh?
Yep.
It was definitely a nice send-off. I just hope that the Mazeans aren't afraid.
Why would they be afraid?
Many a lesson see as it a bad omen.
Really? But they're just leaves.
You know how superstitious people can be.
I was taught that they're tears from the spirit realm. You know, the spirits crying out. But I don't know why. Perhaps our parents were reaching out to us.
Aww.
Case in point, bro.
Fair enough. Anyway, there was something I had to say. Don't you think it's a little odd to walk around like that?
With the sword? Yeah. He looks at me, giving me the up and down. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm confused. Are you talking about mind your own business? You mean holding hands? You're right. Yep, let's go. You can do my wardrobe then if you like. Hey, you're no looker yourself, pro. How about, yeah.
That huge blade you have on your back? You know, the one the triumvirate will want to steal? I think we should cover it up. It's too open right now.
Yeah, agreed.
That's actually a good idea. We don't know how many eyes will be on us. It might help us get past the gate guard as well.
Yeah, they wouldn't take kindly to seeing that. They're skeptical enough of travelers from Valinor.
What? But we wouldn't do anything.
That's exactly the point.
People from Valinor would never harm Mazeo, true. But that's what makes it the perfect excuse for wrongdoers. Say you're from Valinor and get through without a second thought.
Fair enough.
That's awful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're keen on that trick. They'll end up questioning us no matter what we say.
So we need to cover up the blade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long story short, pretty much.
I guess it's a good thing I brought this then.
She holds up the cloth that was wrapping the blade in the grand tree. It's large enough that I could wrap it around myself like a cloak. I'm positive that they'll ask what's underneath, but it's worth a try.
What do we do if they don't buy it?
Well, I'll play some of my patented charm.
Oh god, we're going to jail.
We're doomed.
Thanks, Morty. Morty and Valessa share a quick laugh while Pro fumes. Yeller crosses his arm and starts to come up with a plan.
There's still a long way to go, so let's walk and talk. We're losing time, and that's the one thing we can't afford to lose.
Immediately after, Valessa hands me the cloth from earlier. I knew that many of people in Mazeo were part of the rebellion, but not everybody. The gate guards must be an example of those not under Domic's thumb, at least not yet.
All right.
I wrapped the cloak around my back and fashioned the top into a hood. The blade of Exodus, as well as my identity, were sufficiently masked. With the small hope that this facade will work, we continue to Mazeo. Okay, let's hear this.
So, about that charm.
Ha! Yep.
Yeah?
When are you gonna start turning it on?
It's been on this whole time.
Oh boy.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
It means you think highly of your own ability. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a little too highly.
That's not true.
Oh really? Charm me then.
Ooh, yay.
You mean right now?
Yes.
Yeah, right here, right now. Shouldn't be too hard for someone like yourself.
No, well, just let me think. It takes a bit to get in the groove.
Oh, is that so? Sounds like an excuse to me.
It's not!
All right then, just hurry it up, bro. I'd tell you to take your time, but I don't want to die of old age.
Damn, Morty got... Morty got sass. I love it. Here, let's do this. View the parallel chronic... Yep. As Alex left his office, Grizz sat in contemplation. It wasn't long before Lilith, his assistant, walked into the room. It was her duty to document and follow up with Grizz after every meeting.
So, how'd it go?
Oh, she's pretty.
As good as it could have, which isn't saying much.
What would you have me put on the record?
Negotiations to resume with more parties present. I think that about sums it up while I gather my bearings.
Very well. And what about off the record? What should I be expecting to come through that door?
Initially, I wanted them to sabotage the triumvirate's ships, but that was very short-sighted of me. We'll need a naval army, so I tackled things from another angle, securing ships.
That shouldn't be too hard, right? The pirates have an enormous army.
Combined, yeah, but I can't win them all over. Alex and Nada will both be fighting to cut a deal with me. And I'm afraid no matter who we side with, things will change.
For who exactly?
Everybody. Lilith, can you send for Domek? He'll need to be present at the final negotiations.
Of course, sir.
I have a feeling he'll be bringing the seer too, Lilith. With everybody under one roof, we can finally make some progress. At the end of the day, Mazeo and the rebellion will be allied with the pirates.
Never thought I'd see the day. I guess we just have to choose who to side with.
That's why I need to see Domek as well. He'll be leading the final battle, so he needs to choose. I trust his decision and his sense of strategy more than you know.
Should he really be making choices that affect the future of Mazeo?
I think it's in our best interest. Besides, with what's coming, I don't think I'll be here much longer. I only hope that we can leave behind a peaceful future for Mazeo.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, we can travel back. Oh, dope. Okay, this is a good place to stop for today. So, we were able to travel outside. Apparently, I'm a corrupt motherfucker, which is not surprising considering how everybody always tells me I'm very, very, not a good person. I mean, I guess they ain't wrong. So, anyway, we're on our way to Mazeo. I'm kind of confused by the way that the maps are laying out stuff. Like, is it trying to tell me that I need to look at everything before I move on? Or does that mean, like, we'll go back? Like, am I missing something huge? I don't know. So, that's probably something I'll have to explore by myself. I'll probably keep it more on track for, everybody here, you know. But, in all honesty, I think I'm gonna lose. And I'm gonna lose badly. Badly. But that's what everybody wants to see. Anyway, if you like what you see, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see my content in the future. Also, while you're here, if you have any game suggestions or you just want to say hi, leave it down in the comment section below. I'm DC Hyena, and I'll catch y'all in the next vid.